Hey you guys, this is Jaden here, and this is the day after I had just done that over 10 hour long Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 livestream, and yeah, that was a pretty long livestream, huh? Over 10 hours. Yeah, I might want to keep my live streams shorter from now on. I don't know, we'll see what I want to do with my live streams in the future, but this video ain't about my live streams. No, what is it about? It's about a certain spoof film off of YouTube. And this is a spoof film that has 6 parts of it out right now, but it's not finished yet, and it's not even halfway through. And, you know, it's one of animated show-based animated movie, which is cool, because I haven't really seen too many spoofs out there for animated show-based animated movies. Like, I've seen some for the first SpongeBob movie, and I did bump into a cast video last night for the Simpsons movie. And, you know, I know, like, Erica Messincho, or whoever the heck that person is who did that one Sonic Shrek series, which is one of the most popular, which is one of the more popular spoofs on YouTube. Yeah, I know. I remember that girl spoofed some of the last Naruto the movie, and had Sonic be Naruto and Amy be Hinata. And I also do remember seeing one cast video that was for the first. It was for the first Tom and Jerry movie, and it had Vegeta from Dragon Ball be Tom, and Cody from Total Drama be Jerry. Yeah, that was an old cast video, but unfortunately it's gone. But yeah, apart from those, at least from what I can remember, I don't really remember seeing like any other animated show-based animated movie spoofs on YouTube. Would be interesting to seeing more of those, and I was thinking of like maybe doing like spoof casts for like a couple of my favorite animated show-based animated movies, like Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn or that first SpongeBob movie. But you know, that's something for the future. I'll think about it. And yeah, this video is about one of those spoof films that's based on the first SpongeBob movie, and it's from a YouTuber I found last year off of which is called Mr.BeanFan, whose channel is called Mr.BeanFan Disney2005. You know, I found his channel through a Duncan Shrek cast video, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. And yeah, it's this SpongeBob movie project of his, and it's called the EddyBob BoyPants Movie. Yep, the EddyBob BoyPants Movie, where he has Eddie from Ed, Edd n Eddy as SpongeBob. Okay, now this is not going to be a review. This isn't going to be a review of the project. It's not going to be a review of the project because not the whole there's only 6 parts of it out so far. I can't review the whole thing. I can't review the whole thing. And the last scene he got out was that one scene the last scene he covered was that one scene where SpongeBob and Patrick, where SpongeBob wakes up drunk in that in that goofy goober place that him and Patrick got drunk off of ice cream in last night, on the night before. So yeah, there's definitely not enough of this project to do a review on it. But I still thought I would do this video that shares my thoughts, what my thoughts are on this project so far out of those 6 parts I had just seen. And yeah, if you guys want to know, no, Mr. Bean Fan did not request me or recommend me to do this video. It's just a video I felt like doing. I felt like sharing my thoughts on this video of his. And yeah. And yeah, I'll start to do that right now. And yeah, spoiler alert, guys. Spoiler alert. Although I probably should have said that in the intro, but oh well. Here it is now. Better late than never. Am I right? All right. So yeah, here's how I feel about the EddyBob BoyPants movie so far. Okay, so let me start off with the casting choices for SpongeBob and Patrick. As for the casting choice for SpongeBob, like I just said, there's Eddie from Ed, Edd n Eddy as SpongeBob. Yeah, I'll be honest, it's not very fitting because I don't really think Eddie is happy enough. Like, I don't really think Eddie is happy or goofy enough to be SpongeBob. Like, I think he works better. I think he'd work better as someone like Squidward. But for some reason that casting choice doesn't make me cringe or or irritate me in any way for some reason. I don't know. I like that casting choice for some weird reason. It's weird. It's weird. There's some unfitting casting choices out there with these spoof casts that I, for some reason, like. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Eddie's my favorite Ed, Edd n Eddy character, and I like seeing him be the role. I like how he's the star of this film. But yeah, as for the casting choice or should I say casting choices for Patrick? Now you got Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy as Patrick, which is definitely more fitting, way more fitting. Yeah, Ed fits Patrick pretty darn well. Both got similar dumb attitudes and all that stuff. Yeah, and there's also an extra with this casting choice too. You also got Double D. You also got Double D as an extra for this Patrick casting choice, and I like that too. You got the 3 Eds as the SpongeBob and Patrick duo. Nice. Even though, to be honest, the one with Ed being Patrick is really the only fitting one out of the 3 casting choices. Alright, now what other casting choices do I like from this cast? Well, I do like how in the beginning he had one of the pirates from The Simpsons, that one pirate from The Simpsons, and Chef Hatchet from Total Drama be a couple of the pirates. That I thought that was pretty funny, and I also like another casting choice I like. There's a couple of good Johnny Test casting choices in this cast too. Like there's a Hank Deckerman or whoever the heck that the name of that news guy was from Johnny Test. You have him as that as a news guy from the SpongeBob movie who announces the Krusty Krab 2 and all that, and who interviews crabs, and and there's also Brain Freezer, I think, or whoever the heck that cold villain's name is from Johnny Test. You have him as Plankton. That's a good casting choice. That's pretty fitting. Both casting choices, both Johnny Test casting choices are good and fitting in my opinion. And what else is there? Okay, now I want to talk about. Let me go over the casting choice for Squidward. Alright, the casting choice for Squidward Tentacles. Some blue character named Aardvark. I don't know where he's from. I don't know where he's from. I can't really say anything about the casting choice. I don't know if he fits Squidward well. I don't know anything about the series he's from. Can't really say anything about that. Moving on. Okay, now the casting choice for Mr. Krabs I'm more familiar with, but this is still from the show I haven't seen that much of. Although I do know about it, though. It's from Disney Channel. It's called Big City Greens. I've seen some of these spoofers use it on their spoofs. I saw 21J Star have the main character of the show be Pinocchio for her Mau Mau Shrek series, and yep, same Shrek series that got me to watch Silverwing. And I think I've seen some other people use Big City Greens too, but I can't really come up with one off the top of my head. And let's not have the video get too off topic. Okay, so yeah, for the casting choice for Mr. Krabs. You have this guy who I suppose is the father of the main character of the show. And his name is Bill Green. Can't really say too much about that casting choice. Don't really know that much about Big City Greens. Although it does seem pretty fitting though. But yeah, moving on. Alright, let me go over the casting choice for Sandy. For Sandy, you got Naz. You got Naz from Ed, Edd n Eddy as Sandy, which it gave me a good chuckle there. Gave me a good chuckle, and I can understand where this person was coming from with that, where Mr.BeanFan was coming from with that, because SpongeBob and Sandy are a couple in SpongeBob, and there's Eddie and there's some shipping going on between Eddie and Naz. So yeah, that makes sense. Still might not be very fitting, yeah, but I still think it works, especially within the context of how you have Eddie as SpongeBob, and how you have Naz as Sandy. How there's shipping going on between SpongeBob and Sandy, like how there's shipping going on between Eddie and Naz. Yeah, that casting choice works too. And another casting choice that I thought was pretty funny is that you got Shrek. You got Shrek from the good old Shrek franchise. You got Shrek as King Neptune, which I thought was pretty funny. And in my opinion, it is definitely one of the best casting choices in this spoof series, in this SpongeBob movie spoof project. That casting choice is pretty funny. And I do find it interesting seeing Shrek be used in spoofs for other movies apart from Shrek, because the Shrek spoof casts are definitely by far the spoof casts that I paid the most attention to. So yeah, it is pretty interesting to see a Shrek character be used in these spoof casts for other movies, although it does not surprise me in the slightest, looking at how a lot of us love Shrek, and Shrek is love, Shrek is life, and all that stuff. And yeah, the casting choice for Shrek as King Neptune, pretty funny. One of, if not the funniest casting choice in this movie by far. Alright, so what else do I like about the spoof project of his so far? Well, I did like how he was showing Total Drama characters cheering and applauding for the part where they all cheer and applaud for SpongeBob preparing that dude's Krabby Patty for that one guy and that one dream he had. Yeah, I thought that was cool. And but yeah, I think I've gone over a good chunk of the positives I have with this with this spoof project of his. What are the negatives I have with this spoof project of his so far? Well, of course, like I remember at the part where I remember at part 4 there was some My Little Pony footage thrown in, and do I even need to explain how I feel about that? Moving on. What other negatives do I have with this spoof? What other negatives do I have about this spoof project of his? Well, the clips, I did notice him repeating some of the same clips over and over again, especially with Brain Freezer from Johnny Test. Like, if I remember correctly, he so far used, like, mostly just kept using, like, the same, like, maybe, like, 2 or 3 clips of Brain Freezer from Johnny Test. And, yeah, I think, and, yeah, no offense to him, of course, but I think he could vary the clips more. And the syncing could be better, but it's not too bad. The editing of this project's still really good. He does a good job with the editing and the clips and all that stuff, and he does do a good job. And he doesn't do the worst job with varying up the clips. I mean, yeah, his clips, like, he still varies the footage more than I've seen, like, some of these other spoofers do. So yeah, that's nice. And yeah. So yeah, those were the negatives I just stated. Yeah, those aren't like big negatives, but like they're rather minor negatives, but negatives are still negatives. It can still keep this from being a 10 out of 10. But yeah, this is still a good project so far, and I'm interested in seeing more of it. I know there hasn't been another part of this project in like almost the past 3 months, and yeah, I know there hasn't been another part of this project in like over the past 3 months. Like since like May 1st of this year, and yeah, it's been taking a while for him to get part 7 out, but I don't blame him. He can take the time he needs to get the next part out, and yeah, like he can take the time he needs to get the next part out. And plus, he shouldn't won't want him to rush his project out too much, right? And yeah, I am interested in seeing when I am interested in seeing when Part 7 will be out, when Part 7 of this project will be out. And I am looking forward to it, but I don't want to rush Mr.BeanFan too much. I want him to take his time. I'll let him take his time with his project. After all, it's his project, not mine. And plus, I'm sure he doesn't have all the time in the world to be working on spoof videos and all that stuff. I don't know what he does outside of videos, but I'm sure he does other stuff outside. I'm sure he does like other stuff and like, like real life things outside of videos. Like maybe he has a job, or maybe he hangs out with his friends or something. But yeah, Mr.BeanFan Disney2005. This is a pretty good project so far. How would I rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? Maybe like a 7. Maybe like a 7 so far. This is a good project so far, and I am interested in seeing more of it. Good project with some minor negatives that, while they don't take too much away from the spoof film itself, while they're rather minor negatives, their negatives are still negatives. Yes, they're not big negatives, and they don't take too much away from the spoof film itself, but still, negatives are still negatives. But yeah, like I said, I think that this is a good project so far, and I am looking forward to seeing more of it. And I'm also looking forward to seeing you get your Duncan Shrek project out, because like casting choices, I think casting choices like Duncan as Shrek and Mr. Burns as Lord Farquaad will be awesome. Will be great to see. And yeah, I am looking forward to seeing your future content, but you take the time you need with your future content. And yeah, I don't really know what else there. Oh wait, no, I do know what else there is to say. Links will be down in the description below. Links will be down in the description below, including Mr.BeanFan Disney2005, and of course, this EddyBob BoyPants Movie project. All that stuff will be linked down in the description below, and that's about it for this video, you guys. Bye everyone, and thank you all for watching this video.